Hey guys, it's Annie and Tess here. Wanted to show you the inspiration for my soap this month. There she is. It's the Brig Niagara. Got some fun ideas planned and I'm gonna get started now. Bye bye! Alrighty, now that you've seen how I made my embeds, this got a little thicker than I had anticipated. It said the fragrance wasn't gonna thicken up or accelerate trace, but it looks like it has a bit. So I'm gonna go get to stirring it into my 11 different colors that we're gonna do. The embeds, I should have said this before I split the video up. I'm doing a flagship, actually the Brig Niagara, because I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania, born and raised, and the Brig Niagara, we have a replica of that flagship here in town. It is the ship that Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry fought the Battle of Lake Erie. That was sort of his like go-to chill spot during that battle. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff locally for Oliver Hazard Perry monument and stuff. Lots of statues and whatnot, and the Niagara is actually really cool. I've done a tour of it when I was a kid, and I want to take Tesla down. Hopefully I can, before I get this video going, get some pictures down there to attach to this video, because I think that would be fun. Happy with the way my embeds turned out too. Not happy that I'm dealing with gloopy soap. I mean, that way my layers are gonna hold, you know, it's gonna hold up my embeds, but I was planning on letting it get thick on its own, not stirring it in when it was already thick. I even used extra virgin olive oil to sort of ensure that it stayed liquidy, but it's pretty thick over here, so I'm working quick. All these layers, I got a lot of soap to measure out. I was hoping for a fragrance that cooperated, so forgive me, I'm over here off camera scooping up the last of my colors here. This is very many layers. Oh, we're getting so thick. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. What I'm doing too is a beach scene. We are obviously in Erie, Pennsylvania. We are on Lake Erie. We've got many beautiful beaches here. Presque Isle State Park is a really awesome spot, and a lot of the times if the Niagara is out on the lake or in the bay, you'll be able to see it from Presque Isle. Really nice. So, and we also have some really amazing sunsets here. So what I'm doing is sort of a beach scene. I've got the bottom layer is going to be some ground almonds or sand. Scooping some out of here because I'm actually running out of batter, and it's so thick I'm kind of panicking too, so forgive me if I'm kind of messing up what I'm saying as I'm trying to get my soap all mixed in. We're doing ground almond meal for the sand layer, and then a blue and green mix of mica for the water. Then I'm going to stick my boat embed in. After that, I'm going to do a layer of yellow, a layer of yellow orange. I'm going to lay the sails in at that point. Then a layer of orange, a layer of orange and pink, the other sails, then pink, then purple and pink mixed, then just purple, and purple and black, and then just black. Okay, this is way thicker than I was aiming for, guys. I mean, this is with extra virgin olive oil too. And this fragrance was not supposed to accelerate. Obviously, whoever tested it is having a different experience than what I'm having right now. So fingers crossed I can get this done on the first try, not have to start completely from scratch. Yeah, an 11-layer soap is not the kind of soap you want to be thick like this, so let's see what happens. Okay, there's our sand. As you can see, I took the silicone liner out of my mold because the embeds were made, one of them was made in that liner, so it wouldn't fit in here with other soap if I didn't take the liner out, so I had to line it with freezer paper. Not fun, but what are you going to do? Starting to panic here, guys. This is getting really thick. Whoops. Really didn't expect this to happen with this, but let's just figure it out. So my water layer. I know my embeds are going to be standing up straight, so there's that. In order to get my layers sort of spread in evenly is going to be practically impossible, though. Ugh. I'm freaking out. Layers and layers. Come here, you soap. I don't want them to be flat or anything. Like, they don't need to be flat. As long as they're different, flat is not a huge concern. It's just getting them all in before it's a total rock. Here's my boat. So, sticking it in, and I'm going to be pushing it down because I want where the bow is to be all the way into the soap, because there's no way I'm getting soap underneath that. Okay, so that worked. I even scooched some out the top here. We don't want that because we're moving on to our sky layers now. Oh dear. Why can't I have like 17 more arms right now to get everything stirred up and ready? Oh, oh, oh. Stirring. This mic is stirred in as best as possible. So I have the yellow. Oops, let me flip my cheat sheet over. I have it marked down where I want the layers and then when I need to start sticking embeds in. So I have a yellow and a yellow-orange layer before I have to worry about my first insertion of sails. That cleaned up too. Yoink. Whoops. Yeah, we're very thick. We're very, very thick. Oh, my light's flickering. I apologize during the making, or at least the cutting of my embeds, my lights were not working. I had to switch some stuff around to get them back working again for this video. But if you're watching that and going, man, I can't see, I'm really sorry about that. I'm also working on the sound. I'm pretty sure the problem with my sound is the fact that my dehumidifier is down here, and that thing's quite loud. So I'm going to have to turn it off for my soap making, which I did not do today. I forgot. I'm just thinking of it now. But I'm working on it, guys. I can remember to do that for the cutting video tomorrow. I will do that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is not going as planned. Still having fun though. It still smells good. Did I even describe what the fragrance is? It's called Ocean Mint, and it's just very ozone type of a scent with just a little bit of a nice sweet mint. It's very nice. Except for the fact that my soap is freaking rock hard. Almost rock hard. It's not quite that bad, but this is the second worst acceleration I've ever experienced. That's a true story. By the time I get to the end, this is going to be really interesting. I would stir them all and then go back to doing the layers if I wasn't afraid that that would even screw me up more. I'm not sure what I need to do to make this work the best. My hand's cramping up from my spatula holding too. Oh dear, guys. Oh dear. Let's just hope the cut's worth it. When I cut into this thing, it better be cool looking on top. That's what makes it okay. If this thing doesn't look nice, I'm going to be pretty upset. Alright, here's my yellow-orange. Oh. My whole spatula and gloves are just completely covered. Okay. Doing the sails next. Oh my god, you know what I just realized? I don't know which direction. I keep spinning my mold around. I don't know which direction my ship is pointing. Oh god! Which way is my ship pointing? If I didn't think I would completely ruin it by going back, I'd go on back to the video and watch. I'm pretty sure I started it with it like this though, so I'm just, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Oh dear. Yeah, I'd watch the video back if I wasn't completely running out of time. This is one of the more stressful soap making experiences I've had in a while. I haven't made soap in a couple weeks. Been busy and I'm kind of out of room on my curing rack, but okay, here we go. Here's my sails. I have them arranged over on the side here of exactly how I want to put them into the soap. So I'm just putting them in exactly how I had them laying. Make sure I'm able to get soap in between all of these things too. Alright, next is my pure orange. Oh, I'm making a mess. Good grief. There's a little bit left of this. I'm just going to swap it in there. Wedge it in there in a second. It's getting real hard. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit all of these colors with my stick blender real quick because I'm running out of options. Alright, let me do that super fast. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm not sure how much of my panicking I'm going to edit out at this point. I ended up just having to ditch all of that soap. I'm starting again. I have everything that I poured in here in my first layer of sails. That went fine. That went okay. That's not the problem. I mean, it was kind of a problem, but I think it'll look okay. I tried to blend everything else up, and it was just like rock solid at that point, like rock solid. So I really kind of had to give up. I made a new half batch to continue pouring here. I did have a random sample fragrance that I just threw in there. I didn't even try to see if it was going to accelerate or not, like by looking it up at all. But it looks like it's not accelerating, which is good. Also, I figured the other one didn't tell me that it was going to do that. It said it wasn't going to do that, and it did anyways. So screw that. I'm just going to kind of figure it out on my own. So we still have orange, orange pink, pink, pink purple, purple, purple black, and black to pour. So that's essentially what I have with the last of this. I'm trying to get this mostly in the cracks. My orange here. It's obviously going a couple different ways. That's alright. Everything's going to be so gradient that it's not going to be a huge deal. But yeah, this is liquid. This is what I want. This is what I need. I'm going to have to wait with some of these, you know, once I get another layer in. I'm going to have to wait because I need my embeds, the other sails, the top sails to stick. So there will be some waiting involved here, but it won't be too bad. Yeah, I'm not sure how much of my freaking out I'm gonna delete out of the video. That was stressful. Chris came down because he invited his buddy over to watch a show, and I'm just like in the middle of freaking out over my soap and bleh. But I feel like the amount that I actually went ahead and did here is going to look okay. And I stopped where I just started to lose confidence in it being okay. So I have my first layer in. I wanted to just get that in, and now I'm just stirring up the rest of my colors. There is going to be some waiting because this is still very fluid. Oh, the sample that it is that I used, just random little sample fragrance. This is a nectarine and mint, which I thought would go well with my ocean mint. It's just very fresh and minty, but also kind of fruity and kind of spa-like and ocean-like all at the same time. So it all is going to smell good together. Bummer about that fragrance though. I hate when it accelerates and you're not seeing it coming. The review that I saw, it said, you know, everything went according to plan. It still smells great, and I thought, cool, I don't have to worry about any acceleration. Nope. That's okay. There's always a plan B. I'm also curious how my purples are going to turn out with this purple mica in a browning fragrance. I'm hoping that it stays more purple colored and not such a weird mauve-y beige. So it looks pretty so far, if you ask me. When I was looking into some details to make this soap, I came across a local article. All growing up, I should preface this by saying, all growing up, my dad had told me Erie has one of the top 3 best sunsets in the entire world. And we do have a really gorgeous sunset. If you're in the right place, and if you're as far north as you can get, you can look out along the lake, you know, off to the northwest, and you can see the sunset right over the lake. And there's such beautiful colors. The way the ozone is just spread out at wherever, you know, where I'm at, it just makes a really beautiful sunset. I was always told that we were an actual, like, noted best sunset. And when I was looking into stuff to do soap, it was like, hey, everyone says that we have some famous sunset, but there's actually never been any documentation of it being better than anywhere else. So I don't know how that sort of urban legend started, that we had super award-winning sunsets, but I guess it's just a myth. I don't know. Either way, they're still beautiful. I don't have a camera worthy of getting a good photograph of it, but maybe I'll find one online that I'll tack onto this video too, because I want to get a couple of local pics to add to this. I think it's just, excuse me, very fitting. Here's my pink, my orange pink, kind of corally. I did go ahead and kind of clean up the inside of my soap mold as I was waiting for my lye to cool down on my second batch too. So this was pretty goopy, but now it's not so bad. We're very thin here, but because this is mostly embeds on top, I'm just going to kind of pour it anyway. It doesn't need to be super differentiated because it's going to be gradient. That's a nice contrast though. This is a really pretty pinky coral color that I've made. Okay. Now at this point, I definitely have to wait for my batter to get a little bit more solid before I move on to solid pink, and then pink and purple, and then purple, and then purple and black, and then black for my sunset. Just pushing a little bit of this over here. It's all kind of mixed together. I just want it to be as even as can be. I'm going to give it a tap. Whew, okay. I can still see some swirls of the orange in there. Actually, they're showing up fairly well on the camera. But that's fine. Not going to worry about that. Again, sunset, it doesn't need to be perfectly straight lines or anything like that. As long as the colors don't morph, which they shouldn't. I've used all these makers before, then we're in good shape. So, yeah, I'm going to turn off my camera for a bit, get things a little bit cleaned up, come back a little bit thicker for some more layers and some more embeds. Okay, I'm back. I'm not exactly sure how long it's been, but God, probably at least 20 minutes. This is kind of thick. I'm going to do this layer, and then I got to put this last bit of sails in. I think I might have to wait even longer before I finish out the layers. But let's get this in and see how it goes. There isn't much to these layers either. Like, it's not a lot of soap. So far, the scents are mingling nicely. They're not blended together, but the soap is going to have the bottom half smell like one and the top smell like another, but together you'll kind of just think it smells like all the same thing. And I think it's going to be pleasant, so that is also good. Alright, I'm going to be sticking in my last 2 sail embeds here. Yep. They're definitely sinking down, so after this I'm going to be yeah, they're like all the way down. Shoot, do I even want to take those out? Because I felt them sink all the way. I think we'll be alright, but I'm definitely not putting any more soap on until it's thicker. So, alright, and we wait some more. Hey guys, I'm actually right back. I didn't really go that far because I was stirring up all of the purples and blacks I have left, and they're actually quite thick. So I made sure that these were adjusted, and hopefully there's at least a tiny bit of soap in between the sails. I think we're good. And I'm going to kind of layer on the last. This is the pink and purple mix. This is a really pretty shade. Definitely the most beautiful shade of purple that I've ever created, and it's just a little bit of the pink mica that I have, and a little bit of the purple mixed together to help with the gradient look, and I might be using that combination again. I've had a really hard time finding purples that I like. The purple on its own, which I will do next, didn't turn out. The only other time I've really used it is in my peach soaps, and those had some weird discoloration and some morphing going on too, so I didn't really get to judge that mica perfectly with that, so this is sort of the next time I'm using it, and we'll see what happens. But with the pink in there is probably my favorite so far. Let me tap this out a tiny bit. We're not fully covered with the purple here, the purple and pink rather, but the purple will do it. So moving on. Yeah, see, it's not quite as vibrant as the purple and pink, but it's still nice. Darn light. Ugh. We're definitely not going to fill the soap mold up. I guess I was a little bit shy in my recipe of kind of what I was aiming for. Without this liner in my mold, I wasn't sure what to expect. And take into consideration that I was putting embeds in, and that also takes up quite a bit of volume, but I still underestimated. That's okay. Still 2 more cups to pour on, and still going to be a decent sized soap. Alright, let me tap it out again here. There we go. I'm also going to kind of spread a little bit. I like that the layers are going to be uneven and just kind of scattered and jiggity-like. I don't know, I'm into that. I like the imperfect layers. It's one of my favorite ways to do a soap. There's going to be thin layers, which will also be interesting. Not exactly what I was going for, but just sort of what's happening. Okay. Onto the purple and black. Now, because the activated charcoal that I usually use is so intense, for the purple and black, I just did purple with black mica. I didn't want it to just be 2 different layers of black, basically, because I feel like activated charcoal would take over. So I did the purple mica with just a little bit of black mica to give it the shade that we have, which is perfect. So, but for the black, the pure black layer, that is activated charcoal. Alright, 1 more layer to go. Flatten this out a little bit. Oh my. What a stressful soap it's been. I'm actually pretty calm now that my batter did a whole new batch and it's thin. But, oh, earlier, that was just, oh, I still don't know how much. I'm going to probably do a lot of editing there, because holy moly. That was rough. Still think we got gold in here, though. I mean, a hot mess, but oh well. This fragrance smells like summertime. Mmm. Cleaning off the sides here, trying to just get it all in there. Ugh, messy, messy. I'm gonna tap it out a little bit. Whew. I also have my little mica bottles, because I want to do a drizzle and a kind of a swirly curly cue on the tippy top. I'm trying to eyeball here. And these are going to still be pretty good sized bars inside my mold here. Even with the liner, if I fill it to the tippy top, it's huge. So without the liner, if I filled it up to the top, it would be even bigger, and that's just a gigantic bar of soap. Who can even hold on to that? So I think this is a perfect size. It wasn't too bad after all. The only difficult part with the size is that every layer had to be just a thin layer, because I had 11. I would have either need to cut down on layers or make it bigger to make that a little bit easier and a little bit thicker, but oh well. Happy with that. I'm going to quit yammering on. This is going to be a long video anyways. My challenge videos always are. This is some purple. Mica. I don't even remember what colors I pulled out now that I'm thinking about it here. Okay, we have purple. We've got a pink. I think over here is yellow, and then a violet pink. Okay. That's nice to me. Whoops. That looks nice, though. That's pretty, too. They're all pretty. It really pops on the black, too. Can't even lie. It looks awesome. Maybe shape this up a little bit better. This one's almost done. Oops. Yeah, that's pretty. Sometimes I just like speckles on top, but I'm definitely gonna chopstick this one. Just barely doing the top because the layers are thin and just right underneath the surface here, so I don't want to screw them up. Just want a little bit of a swirl like that. And then I want to kind of maybe with one of those Jonies. Yeah. All right. Wow, so there we have it. That actually looks really awesome. I'm hoping the inside is half as cool as the top. So I think the top looks pretty slick. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow morning when I cut this open, and hopefully we have a flagship in there. I'll see you then. Well, hello everyone. Here's my soap. As you can see, a significant amount of ash on the top. That's fine. I'm kind of used to that because I don't soak very hot. Whoops, did have to cool my lye down for the top layer, which is the ashy layer. So it wasn't perfectly room temperature, but still, it was not hot enough to get that, to keep that from happening. That's fine. I'm going to steam that after I cut them. And I'm anxious. I'm ready to bust this open together. Okay, let's scooch this back because I want to kind of, whoa, see what we have. Oh my gosh, so many colors. No hint of the ship inside, but that's okay because it shouldn't be up against the edge all the way anyhow. We got some brightness, that's for sure. The thing with the freezer paper too, that's not my favorite. I can never get it is perfectly flat and in there as the actual, like a silicone liner would. So like my bottom is a little bowed out. That's my sandy color. It's not as dark or as sandy as I expected it would be, but still I think it's going to be fully appropriate for what we're going for here. So many colors here. Everything is combined. But so far it's a nice gradient for something like a sunset. It's a bright sunset. It's definitely a technicolored sunset, but that's okay. The whole point is to make a soap that is beautiful, and I'm really hoping I did that. Whew, here we go. I actually have a little bit of anxiety happening in my heart right now because I want this to turn out so badly. Here, let's get you up close and personal. We're going to shave off the end first. There's some little air bubbles on the sides and whatnot where I did my very thick pasty soap. That's alright. That is okay. Alright, I'm not sure if we're going to get much on the end here. Because if you remember, the ends of my embeds even were sort of not the perfect parts. So let's go. Let's just do it, Annie. Hurry up. Dilly-dallying. Okay. Not a ship yet, but the colors look real cool. You can see the boat in the water with the sand underneath and then the many colors on top. This does not look like anything yet, but that's okay. It's the end. Wasn't expecting the end to look like anything. Got a dang light being flickery over there, but what are you gonna do? Okay. Here we go. First real bar. Okay. Sails are a little far apart up here. Kind of looks like a ship. Oh, it kind of looks like a ship. I don't like how rounded the bottom is, but meh. So far I'm not mad. I'm not thrilled that those are so far apart, but hopefully as we keep going it looks more like a ship. Colors are great though. Definitely happy with the colors. Okay, kinda looks like a ship. Oh dear. The thickness of the soap had nothing to do with my weird embeds, so there is that. Those sails are just a little far apart on the top, if you ask me. Does this look like a ship to you guys, though? Does this look like a flagship with sails? I might have to do something to try to define the ship as we saw before, that it's not super duper brown. I did get them all the sails are facing in the correct direction. That worried me too. I thought, man, if the wind is blowing the sails this way but the ship's facing that way, that's going to look dumb. But it's at least all go in the right direction. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, though. It smells good. The fragrances mixed together do smell very good. Very summery. Very bright. I like mint when it's not, I mean, I do like just a plain mint scent, but I really like mint when it is mixed with other things because I think that is a really good complementary smell. So here's that, and there's the other side. This is starting to look pretty good. I think that kind of looks like a ship. My fear, though, is that people are going to look at it and go, well, what the hell is that? What was she going for? But I literally just downloaded a watermarking app to my phone that's going to automatically just allow me to use like a ton of fonts to watermark everything. So hopefully if I just write in there in the watermark what it is, people don't have the chance to wonder and they just go, oh, okay. So we'll see. Overall, I'm still not mad. I'm really not. I think that, I think if you've got an imagination, you can tell that it's a ship in a sunset. And the colors are great. It's a really pretty sunset color. Whoops, coloration anyways. Oh, I bonked the top with the handle of my cutter, but I didn't get them too bad, just a tiny bit right there. I'm not used to this big handle, so let me scooch these back a little bit. Well, these are stinking fun, that's for sure. And I'm sure once I get them cleaned up, they're really gonna sing to me. I just was not even sure what was happening with this badge. This is an intense one. So please tell me what you think in the comments. Let me know if it looks like a ship to you or what. This is the first time I ever have done crazy embeds at all like this, so. Alright, I think I'm developing my opinion on this whole thing. I'm pretty sure that I like it. The fact that I couldn't get a good blending of my colors for the water. I gotta watch what I'm doing here. I'm gonna veil that anyways. But the water's kind of swirly, which is actually an interesting effect. And the sails are a little weird, but we'll just say that it's a windy day on Lake Erie today. And that's why the sails are going nuts. Boop. I think it looks like a ship. It's not perfect. It is not perfect, but it's still enjoyable. And unless unless I told you, which you guys I told, but for if somebody was looking to buy this soap, when you smell it, you can't tell that it's like top half one fragrance and bottom another. They do just kind of mix together in your nose. That was the hope. I didn't want it to smell like two separate fragrances that were competing. 6, 7. I'm gonna get 9 bars out of this. Let's see. Yeah, one might be kind of small in the end there, but yeah, I think it looks like a ship. Darn it. Now it's gonna be at least a little. I mean, ended today. Maybe not until tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out how I want to shave the end off this one. That'll work. I've got to wait a little bit to get these cleaned up because they're very soft still, as you can see. Ooh, I should have shaved the end off this if it was a bigger piece. It's okay. Just barely shaving the end off this guy. Wow. But I got to get these cleaned up before I can post the photos and do the video. But I'm really antsy to do it. Now this is the end, which is just sunset really, because the embeds didn't go to the very edges. That's cool too. You can see like right here it's trying to peel off to the boat. This is a little bit crunchy because of how I did it, but yeah, overall I like the ombre and the colors even on its own. There's a lot of colors here. That pink and orange, this is almost like a true red. This looks really pretty. And then this is my purple and pink mixed together. So this pink mixed with purple is like the best purple I've ever achieved. And this pink with the orange makes it like a neon red. That's real nice. And of course there's my sailboat, there's the Brig Niagara. A little bit of like purple on top there where you can tell it's not perfect layering. I don't care, I don't want perfect layering. Overall, this was a stressful batch. But I'm pleased. I'm really pleased. I think it illustrates a good sunset, which is representative of Erie. And hopefully with the explanation, there's no doubt in your mind that I was trying to go for a ship. Here, let me get this out of the way and I can kind of show the soaps here. in my still messy area. I'm gonna get lots of pics of these. I really cannot wait. Does that look like a ship to you guys? That being the end, that guy's a little thick. Like, that's a nice one though. The ship is light. I might do something to try to accentuate the ship later. I'm not sure yet. And the tops are cool too. And they need a steaming. They definitely need a good steam clean. But yeah, here's my Brig Niagara soap, floating on Lake Erie, being awesome. So thank you guys for watching. It was a fun soap challenge. I'm so excited with there being so many of you from all over the world. I really can't wait to see what you come up with. I think you're going to have some awesome soaps, and I can't wait to learn more about you and where you're from. So, alrighty guys. Thank you. Thank you, Amy. Again, Amy, you're awesome. I'm so happy you do this for all of us soapers to be a part of. So yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I've been, oh, baby shrieking. But yeah, okay, I'm done talking.